Welcome back to this new video on the Langchain series. So today we'll be exploring one of the most interesting parts of Langchain or the LLMs, that is the agents. So basically the core idea behind agents is it lets you choose different tools, different actions that you can perform on a particular task that has been given to the LLM or the agent. So in chains, there's a sequence of actions that are being performed. Like there are already some actions that are being hard coded, and in that way only the chain will work. But in agents, the case is a bit different because the agent by itself recognizes what steps or what actions are need to be performed to fulfill the task or to get the output that the user has given based on the user input, and it chooses different actions to be done on it, and it chooses different tools. So tools can be anything. Basically tools can be a search tool where you go on the internet and search. Then you have the math tools, you have different math tools, you have different translation tools. You can have maybe a translation tool which can translate the language from one language to another. So you can have that as a tool as well. So tool can be anything that is help to fulfill the task that the agent or the LLM has got from the user. So basically it has this ability to choose its actions as well as choose its tools. So let us directly jump to our notebook wherein we can get a more detailed idea of it. So there are two main components of agents. One is the tools and second is the toolkits. So what are tools? So tools are functions that the agents call. So they can be anything. They can be searching tools. There can be math tools. Um so similarly, they can be translation tools, anything like that. So these are different tools that we have. So there are two important considerations that we have to keep in mind uh, whenever we have a tool or we have to declare a tool. Uh, give the agent access. Give the agent access to the right tools, because if you are doing some math work and you are giving the language tools, then it won't help, right? So that is why you have to give the right tools to the agent. Also, you have to describe the tool in the most helpful way for the agent, because the agent also needs to understand what exactly the tool does. Let us move on and dive deep into it. So let us say we have so for this example we have used the DuckDuckGo search. So we have to install the dependencies. After that, let us see how normally DuckDuckGo search works. So DuckDuckGo search run, we have to create the object. We have to first of all import it from the tools, langchain.tools, and then we have to create the object, that is DuckDuckGo search run. Now let us say I have a question that what is Obama's first name. So what DuckDuckGo search does is it goes on the web and finds out the the best answer that it can give from the web. So it actually goes on the web and searches for the answer. So this is what it gets. So this is a pretty big answer that he has got. So this is the output that we get. Now let us see how we define the tool. So now we know that DuckDuckGo search run is a searching tool. So what we do here is we first of all import the tools. So from agents we have to import the tool. Now what does tools mean? So we have to define what are the number of tools that we have to provide to the agent. Let us say we have the tools. Now tools is equal to tool, and in tool we have three parameters. First of all, the name. The name that we have is search, because it is help for searching. Then we have the function. So the function will be search.run, that we have already seen how it has performed the function. Then we have the description. We know that we have to use this tool when you need to answer a specific question on current events, and you know that for current events you need the internet access, you need the web access. For that we have described that we need to use this tool when we have to talk about or answer about the current events. Now this is how we define the tool, the search tool. Now let us look at toolkit. What is toolkit? Toolkit is just a group of tools needed to accomplish a specific objective or specific task. So let's say we have here Langchain math. So LLM math chain. So from LLM from Langchain we have imported LLM math chain. So basically LLM math chain is again a chain for math, that is for the maths for doing mathematical for doing mathematical stuff, for solving mathematical problems, we have the inbuilt LLM match chain that we'll be using as a tool. So here we have built it, we built the instance of LLM match chain from LLM match chain dot from LLM. We have passed in the LLM. So here, this is how we create the toolkit. So this is how the toolkit looks like. We have two tools in it. So first of all, the search tool that we already saw how we used it and how we defined it. Now we have the calculator. We know that LLM math chain is basically used for maths. So we name it as the calculator. Then we have the function that is the LLM math chain dot run. That is how it will be running. And the description, it is useful to answer questions about maths. So this is how we define the toolkit. Now there is one more way by which you can define a tool. That is the customized way. That is now here I have a match chain which can do various tasks. But what if I want it to be very specific? Like for example, I want to find out the circumference of a circle. So for that, what do we do? So I create a class that will be a customized tool. So for that, obviously, we have to import some dependencies. First of all, the base tool we have to import, that is from the langchain.tools. Now here you can see that the class that I have mentioned, the name is circumference tool, and I have passed in the base tool. Now here the name that I have is circumference calculator, and the description that I have is use this tool when you need to calculate a circumference using the radius of a circle. So this is how the description looks like. Now what we have done here, it is the similar case over here, but this we are doing it by ourselves. Now the run function, the main function that we have is, first of all, we have to try that the radius that we get, the input that we get should be a radius, it should be a number. So for that we are first of all converting it to the float. And if let us say that the input does not have any radius, then how can we calculate the circumference? So for that we have an exception, that is the radius must be a number. And then we return radius into 2 into pi, 2 pi r, that we have the circumference formula. So that is how the circumference tool has been defined. And as we have defined different tools, similarly we'll be defining it into tools. We'll be creating the list, and we'll be classing we will be passing the object of circumference tool. So this is how we define a customized tool. Now let us see how an agent works and how these tools with the help of agent work. So first of all, you have to import the initializing agent. Initializing agent is a type of agent. Then we have to also import the agent type. Also the agent type, so we will be discussing different agent types, but for now let us say we have this agent type. So this is how we define the agent. Now agent, initializing agent, and in that we have different parameters. First of all, the tools. So the tools that we have used, we have just passed in the tools. Then we have the LLM, we need to pass the LLM as well. The agent, now we have to define a type, the type of agent that we have to use. For now we have used the zero shot React description. We'll be talking about different types of agents soon. So this is the type that we have, and the verbose equal to true. Verbose is basically uh, the internal functioning or the internal prompting or the internal actions and observations that go on throughout the process have been printed, so for better understanding we can also understand what exactly the agent is going through. So that is why we have the verbose equal to true. Now we run agent.run. So we all know that the LLM, the OpenAI LLM, is been trained till only 2021. So maybe it doesn't know. So it shouldn't know which is the first country to land on the south pole of the moon, because till then it was there. It had no data about it. So let us see how it answers this question when I pass it through the agent, which is the first country to land on the south pole of the moon. This is the recent news that we have, that we all know that India has become the first country to land on the south pole of the moon, and it has given that India is the first country to land on the uh, near the south pole of the moon. And here you can see the verbose that the action it has used is search. Search is basically the search tool that it needed, as we have also already mentioned in the tools that if you have to answer any current affairs or current news, then you can use the search tool. So that is what it has done. It has to find the answer about the latest question. So it went to the search tool, and gave you the answer. So it works perfectly fine and it gives you uh, a correct answer. So this is how powerful an agent is. It can go onto the web and it can give you answers. Now let us look at the output of toolkits. Now here, similarly, how we have passed in tools, we pass in the toolkits. That is again the tools that we have, the LLM, the agent, and verbose equal to true. Now what we do is we have to test, right, that we have two tools. So is the agent actually using two tools? Uh, so let us write that what is the current age of Shah Rukh Khan and tell me the square root of his age. So we had two tools. One was the search tool, second was the math tool. So the search tool that we have will go and search the age of Shah Rukh Khan. So what is the age of Shah Rukh Khan? It has got is 56. Now after that, you can see that the action was search. Now, after search, it has went to the calculator, that is the calculator tool, where it will be finding out the square root of 56. So here you can see the square root of 56 is 7.4833. So you can see that there are two tools used simultaneously. First of all, there was the tool that searched and found out the age of Shah Rukh Khan, and then the next tool that we have is the LLM math chain that did the math for you. That is the it found out the square root of his age. So this is just amazing. You can have different tools. You can have different functions running at the same time, and then you can get different answers like whatever you want to do. So basically you can do anything with this agents and with the tool. So it is pretty amazing. I'm sure you guys are also enjoying it. So yeah, looking at the custom tool that we had. So in custom tool, you can see that we mentioned that we want to find out the radius, sorry, the circumference of the circle. So we have passed in that can you calculate the circumference of circle that has a radius of 7.81. So here we have passed in the radius. It has an observation that this is, so it has directly given us the answer. So here you can see that the input that we had was this, and the output that we have is the radius of out of 7.81. The circumference will be 49.0716. So this it has calculated from the formula that we have already mentioned. So this is how it works. It has used the action circumference calculator. So basically, it has gone through the circumference calculator class that we had. It has went there and it has used that tool. So it is pretty good. Like the whole working is pretty good. Looks like it is working fine. So so we have looked into the custom tool also. We have looked into the normal tools as well as the toolkit. Now that is so I urge you all to go and try out different tools, build your own tools, try different classes and make your own tools and try different stuff for different use cases. Now let's look at the types of agent that we earlier mentioned that we'll be talking about. So there are two main types. First of all, there is the conversational agent, and then we have the React agent. Now, basically, there are multiple types, but we'll be covering only these two. You can obviously you are free to go and explore more on the main Langchain page. So let us see at the conversational agent. So I think we have also already discussed about the memory. So we have the conversational buffer memory over here that we have to import. Again, we have the tool that is the search tool that we have used it quite frequently now. Then we have to create the instance of the memory. So we have the chat memory as the key. And then when we initialize the agent type here you can see is the conversational React description. So basically it is the conversational agent that we want it to be. So that is what the agent type is. And we have set the memory. Now let us see. I have said that, hey, I'm Ankur. So it has said that, hi Ankur, it's nice to meet you. Now I have a different question that I want to ask. What are the two good dinners to make this week if I like Thai food? So it will be giving me good options about good options. Now again I ask what is my name. So it says that your name is Ankur because it is a conversational agent. So it is having a conversation. It is a chatbot kind of a thing where all the data, all the memory it has stored my name. That is why when I ask it again what is my name, it knows that my name is Ankur, because it has learned all the conversations that we already have. So this is how the conversational agent works, where the memory is already been set. Then we have the React agent. Basically, the React agent is what we saw in the recent example. That is the zero shot React description. So what React agent does is it gives out reaction to whatever the action that we have. So like the action input here is basically I need to search this question. So it reacts to that question. So I have asked what is the full form of IEEE. So it reacts to that question through observations and thoughts. So it has found out that the full form of IEEE, it has went through the web and it has found out what is the full form of IEEE. So basically, it reacts to the actions that are being proposed, or the actions that are to be needed to be done. So that is how the React agent works. So yes, I guess that's it from this video. I hope you guys did enjoy this video, and please do let me know if you have any doubts or any queries. We are free to answer you here, and we will be very happy to know your feedback. And yeah, I guess that's it from my side. Stay tuned for more videos. Thank you.